I used to burn it down, but they ain't appreciate the fire now. I'm back to make them bow at the feet of their Messiah. Through these speakers, how I'm preaching to the choir. After all these sacrifices, it's the time for me to reach what I desire to bring.
Yo, 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 welcome to the podcast for champions with your host and co-host Brian Poole, Roger Thomas. Roger, tell the people, what's up?
Another blessed day, man. Another blessed day, ready to get to this wrestling action, though. But a lot of things we should be dealing with in this upcoming show, but it happens.
Man, I'm
gonna tell you, do it. Let's roll.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. So many promotions,
great time.
So much stuff going on. Legends coming back to fight. It's great. It's awesome. Before we get into our topics, the first thing that I seen today was that Braun Strowman, aka Adam Sheffer, he was known in WWE as
Shepard, something like that.
Yeah, Adam Shepard. Also known as Braun Strowman in WWE and EC3 are starting their own wrestling business called Create Your Own Narrative Wrestling. Karrion Kross is also signed to that, so they plan on doing a wrestling promotion. They got 2 shows going on, one in Orlando, Florida. I think it's the same weekend as Revolution, and then they got another one in Texas, I think right around the time of WrestleMania. So if y'all a fan and want to check that out, be sure to check that out. If y'all want to check out more info on it, you can follow Create Your Own Narrative on IG or follow Braun Strowman's IG, Adam Shepard.
I mean, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I see they was waiting on a TV deal, so
yes,
see how that goes.
Yes. And there's going to be more people probably going over there to sign with them. People leaving from WWE going to AEW, probably going over there. AEW has that forbidden door. Also, people from Impact as well. So we'll see who jumps over, who gets released from WWE right before WrestleMania season. I don't think they're going to have any more releases, but who knows?
Yeah. So,
before we get into our topics for tonight, the one that really caught my attention that broke the internet for a couple hours because we're just trying to figure out, is this for real or is this fake? Cody Rhodes not being on the AEW roster, which means he is not under contract with AEW, and there's rumors going around that he could be heading back to the WWE. Roger, what are your takes on that?
It was a shocker for sure. I didn't expect him to leave like that. He was a president of AEW. So that tells you a lot right there.
Co-owner too.
Yeah, co-owner. And jump back to WWE? I don't know. But this is definitely playing chess with this move. So we shall see what happens.
Okay, so do you remember Cody Rhodes' promo on Dynamite probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago now? It was right around the time of our last episode when he was setting up a promo and the fans booed him at first, and then he shocked the world and went real, and then everybody went from booing to cheering for him. They want Cody Rhodes to go heel. Right. Cody Rhodes will not go heel. He cut a promo saying that he was no longer under AEW contract. So that tells me that possibly his last match, maybe about against Aleister, it's not Aleister Black, Mikal Black, that he was last under AEW contract. So you mean to tell me, because he retired his boots in the ring, and then he came back to wrestle, not even 2 months, come back and wrestle, take the AEW TNT Championship, and then set up a promo fight for my man Sammy Guevara in a great ladder match. And he was no longer
wonderful ladder match.
Yes, sir, most definitely. And he's no longer under AEW contract. But you want to go back to WWE?
I heard
they dressed you up as Stardust.
It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense, but we should see. I heard he was on a handshake deal, so with AEW. So I don't know. I don't know.
Now, I think
My take is he come back to AEW.
that's what I was gonna say. My take is this. All right, so he's not under contract with under AEW, but he still has his money invested in AEW. He could still go back to AEW at any time. He said he wasn't under a contract because he wanted AEW to bring in more signings. So with him not signing a contract, that's why we were able to get Adam Cole, baby. That's why we were able to get the Undisputed Era. That's why we were able to get my man Limitless Keith Lee. You know, that's why AEW was able to get all these signings because of Cody Rhodes' contract, which had to be pretty big because you had enough room to sign all these guys. Even Hazen, kind of guy with the makeup, Mahazen. I can't think of his name, but he's from Ring.
What's his name? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That.
Yeah, but I mean, you bringing in all these guys, you know, so it's like, okay, this has got to be Cody Rhodes' money. That the money that he could be wrestling, but he's wrestling for free to bring in all these talents, so more people can invest in AEW.
Yeah. But I mean, the cons got the money, so I don't understand what the issue is with signing wrestlers.
But here's the thing, man. I think Vince McMahon got some type of stock in AEW because all his guys going over there. He got to secretly. Like he might got Nick Khan, because Nick Khan and Tony Khan. I'm sorry, they got to be in some type of relation because they look just alike.
Yeah, they do.
But maybe Nick Khan got some stocks in AEW because all of WWE's wrestlers, where they go straight to AEW. Now some of them go straight to Impact and back to Ring of Honor and even wrestle on Independent or New Japan. But nah, this looks too good. Like you got Mikhail Black over there in AEW doing what he been wanting to do, but then you got his wife over here, Zelina Vega, as Miss Queen Zelina. But you ain't buried her, nothing like that. I mean, she holding the women's tag team, but they're not doing that.
It's something going on behind the scenes, man. That
what a time to be a wrestler.
Nobody knows. Yeah, that's all I can say.
So I was sitting at the Walgreens and I came across this post. Just give me a sec. My phone reset it and I gotta find it again. But they were talking about Cody Rhodes, and I'm gonna see what you think on this. Hold on 1 second. Let me get it back up. Okay, here we go. So, I quote, this is from the Black Wrestling Fans Facebook group, and this was posted by Isles of Man. He posts, I quote, Cody hasn't really left AEW, and it is apparently one big work, which has been in the works for over the last year, according to new reports. AEW like to plan ahead, and the seeds were planted well over a year ago when Cody Rhodes stated him and the Elite were no longer on speaking terms. This is supposedly part of a long-term storytelling on AEW's behalf, something they are quite good at. In a recent interview, Cody stated that he was going to be involved in a storyline that had not been done in a long while, which is likely what is happening now. The plan for this supposedly went into place when it was stated on social media that Cody was working in AEW without a contract. But not all are convinced, and it is being heavily rumored that this is all one big work, that plans are in place for a new storyline for heel Cody to return in a matter of weeks or months at the latest. Cody has contracts on the likes of Rhodes to the Top and on the Go Big Show series on TBS, which he isn't walking away from. So that will rule out a move to the WWE straight away. This doesn't stop him from doing a Matt Cardona and reinventing himself once more on the indies, only to return with a new gimmick The two are best friends, and likely it's been a subject of discussion between the pair. The likes of Dave Meltzer, who was one of the people who originally reported this, are apparently in on the act, according to reports. The rumor making the rounds is that Cody will have a few weeks away and turn back at Revolution, which is March 6th, only on pay-per-view.
Correct.
With a new heel faction with well-established free agents alongside with him. Now, there's many top wrestlers out there, so he would have a good pick of who wants to bring in. You've also got the likes of Brian Cage, who's kept quiet recently. Could the sort after Matt Cardona jump on the bandwagon too? Who knows? If this is the case, it's likely he'll ditch the American hero bleach blonde gimmick and go full on heel Cody Rhodes. We are all being played. It's all also fun at the same time. End quote.
I agree. I mean, you got to think about it. He has a reality show on TNT too,
and a game show.
Going to WWE doesn't make sense at all, and he can't break those contracts. I'm pretty sure.
No, well, it depends on if he's on that same contract that WWE was on with, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho can probably show up at WrestleMania and it's all good. He's also said to Kevin Owens on Twitter that we still got unfinished business, just to let you know. So I think, and you know what's also crazy, Roger? This also came up right around the time that Shane McMahon was no longer with WWE. So they already talking about, is Shane really fired from WWE, or is this somehow to put him in a match for WrestleMania against I forgot who I was. Austin Theory maybe, or Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins. Those were the three names that popped up for me.
The story was Austin Theory, but I don't see that. I don't want to see that.
Austin Theory he's growing on me, man. He kind of remind me of young McIntyre in 2011. That's what he kind of remind me of. Like, he tried to roll on the fans kind of like, no. But then he'll grow on there eventually.
That's like character development. No, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, this is his second WWE title shot, so eventually he's gonna get into that main picture. The fans already like him, believe it or not. And I mean, it won't no audio fake track when they vote. Was when his music played, like that was real fan reaction. So just give him some time. I mean, he was well liked in NXT and well booed in NXT as well. So because this is a different audience and it's a bigger audience, it just takes some time. Trust me, Vince McMahon has never failed on anybody that he's worked with. Everyone Vince McMahon worked with was straight to the top.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So just give him some time. But anyways, before we wrap up this topic on Cody Rhodes, I think it's a work. It could be he going to WWE, but I really don't see it because he talks so much shit about WWE within the last two or three promos on Dynamite.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of like you biting your words, bro. You biting your words going back to WWE.
Yeah.
But I also seen where this could be a setup to get him in there, to get MJF over there, because it's been rumored of him going to WWE. It's been rumored that Wardlow, they've been wanting him as well, and a couple other AEW stars. But none of the WWE stars want to go back over there. So that's why I'm saying, like, they're telling them, like, hey, you go over there and see how they treat you. And you're going to wish you was back over here. CM Punk said that in his promo to MJF. You think it's all good on the other side. The grass is green on the other side. Try again. They pretty much told him you'll be chasing after the 24/7 belt. So.
And that's facts.
It could be a work because the Shane McMahon thing going on, because I think that's still a work. Ain't no way in hell.
Yeah.
So I think they just trying to fuck all of us up. But it could be real. We'll see what happens at Elimination Chamber this Saturday. And then we got Revolution. Cause you know AEW love doing some shit crazy on AEW love doing some shit on a pay-per-view. So that's the difference. Pay-per-view, premium live event. I didn't forget what you said. Alright, so we close up on that topic. Next topic of the night. What was your thoughts on Big E? Now we noticed that in the Royal Rumble he got eliminated, and we didn't see him on Monday Night Raw when they were announcing people for the Elimination Chamber match, or even competing for Elimination qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber match. But he shows up on SmackDown in a tag team with Kofi Kingston as the New Day has reunited. This was unannounced. What are your thoughts on Big E? You know, because I feel like with him and Kofi, they were both WWE champions, and then they went back just like that.
My thoughts on that is, I have to be honest, I really wasn't a big fan of Big E being WWE champion. He just didn't grow on me as WWE champion. Kofi did because he's an underdog. But, I mean, I kind of figured that he was going to go back to being with Kofi. New Day getting back together. It's too big of a hit, man. They sold so much merchandise together. I mean, Vince lost money on that whole thing. I do respect he won the championship. He deserved it. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. But, I mean, I figured it was going to be a short stint anyway, with Brock coming back into the picture. Because that's the money man.
But you would think if Big E going to SmackDown, he should be challenging Roman Reigns for the championship. But he's not. We get Goldberg, which we'll talk about on the next topic in a minute. But this man just pops up out of nowhere and gets a match. I understand you're under contract. I understand that whenever they go to Saudi Arabia, you have to compete. Saudi Arabia gets a bomb. They get a pre-WrestleMania. This type of card right here, we don't even get this in the U.S. But they get it overseas. WrestleMania gonna be lit. We all know that. But then when your favorite pay-per-view of the year, Roger, WrestleMania Backlash, the dumbest damn name ever. But we'll have we'll have all nothing but WrestleMania rematches. I hate that pay-per-view. That's the worst pay-per-view ever. How you gonna call it WrestleMania Backlash? Just call it Backlash. Just call it Backlash. Because you put WrestleMania Backlash. Oh man, I miss WrestleMania. Don't worry about it, man. Watch WrestleMania Backlash. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't no titles gonna change plays. None of that. Just watch it. It's cool. But I feel like it's wrong that Big E is going back like that. But like you said, of course, when Brock Lesnar stepped in the picture, that's what's bound to happen. I just feel like he didn't get the proper rematch he should have got. Like, he lost his belt in a fatal 5-way.
I agree.
But, you know, Lashley gets the belt at the Royal Rumble. Big E nowhere in the picture.
Nah.
But, I mean, I knew when Lashley won, I was happy for him. Because I was like, yeah, Lashley, you know, he's getting his shot back at it. But I was kind of like, but damn. That would have been nice to see Big E get his shot back, because I don't want him losing like that. Like, he wasn't even pinned. But I think he was pinned. I think Lashley did pin him in the ring. Or was that Kevin Owens? He pinned one of them. Can't remember. Long ago. But I guess Big E will be a tag team champ for the rest of his life now. I'm just waiting on Xavier Woods to win the WWE Championship, and then he'll lose it in a month.
Bro, if that happened, I'm stopping. I'm not gonna watch WWE no more.
Well, you know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. When Big E became, I was like, all right, we're gonna make Xavier Woods, because that's what they did with the Shield. Or everybody in the Shield won the WWE Championship, and they did. Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, was the first one to win championship gold, which was the United States Championship, and then it fell after that with the championship, tag team championship. And then each one of them all of them won the WWE Championship. That's the grandest prize.
Agreed.
Yep. All right. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into what y'all been waiting on. Our Elimination Chamber predictions. So we got 8 matches on the card. 8 matches on the card. We got Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. We got Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville in a tag team match. We got Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Doudrop versus Nikki ASH versus Alexa Bliss. We got Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Might well say it's a handicap match because it's a falls count anywhere match. Okay. We got the head of the damn table, Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. We got the Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We got Becky Lynch versus Long Neck Lita for the Raw Women's Championship. And we got the main event, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley versus Seth freaking Rollins versus Austin Theory versus Riddle versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship in the Elimination Chamber. And this event it will take place Saturday at noon in Saudi Arabia. So, all these matches are pretty much predictable. So I'm not even going to go into the majority of them.
Too predictable.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio, Miz, who cares? One of them will win. We know Ronda Rousey going to win. So we ain't even going to go there.
Yeah.
Who do you think going to win this Women's Elimination Chamber? Now, this won't be for the Raw Championship, but this sets up for a match at WrestleMania 38.
I'm going with Alexa Bliss.
You going with Alexa Bliss? I'm not going with Alexa Bliss.
Who you going with? Bianca?
Yeah. I'm going with Bianca Belair. But if I had to choose a wild card, Roger, I'm going with Liv Morgan. Only reason why I'm not going with Alexa Bliss because I just watched her video on YouTube right before you tuned in. And the doll, she has to be with the doll. The doll has to be somewhere in her presence. I don't think that doll's going to be with her. And she's going to lose focus. Or something could happen. I don't know. I was hoping the doll would be completely gone, but apparently it's still in effect.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing with that. But this is why I chose Alexa Bliss. It's perfect time to bring in a dark character version of her. Perfect time. This is what I think she's gonna win. But I know I get what you're saying, Bianca. But who's perfect for Becky at WrestleMania? You gotta think about that.
No. Bianca Belair and Lynch got unfinished from SummerSlam, bro. She squashed her in what? 36 seconds or something like that. Nah, they got to go back.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, but don't sleep on Rhea Ripley neither. I mean, she killed that gauntlet on Monday night, but I think that's gonna tire her. That's gonna tire her out some. I mean, it's some spoilers there. Nikki ASH could get in there somehow. She a superhero, almost superhero. She can slide in there. Doudrop, I don't think so because she just had a chance at the Royal Rumble, which wasn't a bad match. It actually surprised me a little bit. Alexa Bliss, it's hard to say, man. I mean, if she do win, that'd be great for her. I'm not gonna go with the Becky Lynch and Lita match because Becky gonna win that. I don't see Lita holding the belt. I mean, Lita not that good anymore, man. She got that neck injury too, man. That neck surgery and stuff. She ain't the same. But she could surprise us like Edge did. But I know with Edge, it takes him a good 10 to 15 minutes to get in rhythm. But for a women's match, especially in Saudi Arabia, I don't think they're gonna have enough time. I think that match will probably be at least 7 to 10 minutes, and I think Lynch gonna squash her somehow.
And they got to cover up too, so
yeah, they got to cover.
That's a lot of clothes.
Well, yeah, they wear like bodysuits, so they can't show no breasts, none of that. So, and I don't know how that's gonna look for Belair because she loves showing skin, and Liv Morgan too. So it'll be interesting. Usos, I think Usos will win that. I mean, as long as the head of the damn table still champ, they're gonna still be champ. Reigns gonna squash Goldberg because he's beating them all. He's beating them all. He's beating them all.
This is where, remember we said that about the Fiend and Goldberg, and he beat the Fiend at his height. So will Vince pull the swerve on this?
Not on Goldberg, because this match was supposed to happen 2 years ago with COVID Mania. That's what I call it, COVID Mania. Instead of Roman Reigns, it was Braun Strowman, and Strowman squashed Goldberg. So I feel like this will be Roman Reigns' chance to squash Goldberg. So that's why I went with Reigns, because Goldberg even said he ran from me. Okay, this is a shot now. So Reigns gonna squash Goldberg. There's gonna be 3 Superman punches and 2 spears. Done. We will never hear or see Goldberg ever again.
Okay.
McIntyre, he's gonna beat Madcap Moss. I ain't even gonna go over that one. Elimination Chamber. What you think, man? Because even if Brock Lesnar lose this match, he still gets a shot at Mania for the Universal Championship. Do I think they should reunite? I mean, become double champ? It's good if Reigns wins, because Reigns is an active champion. It will not be a good thing if Brock Lesnar comes in there and win both belts. Even though Reigns has to lose the belt.
But I think Brock is on a somewhat full-time deal, at least a TV deal, because he's on almost all the TV shows now. So
yeah, but he don't give a shit
I
about
don't think he's part-time. I disagree. Did you watch his interview with Pat McAfee?
I seen partial of it, not all of it.
Well, he's in a good place right now, so I ain't gonna say that. I ain't finished watching it. I watched about 20 minutes of it. He's a real good dude, though. From what he was saying, he's like humble and stuff. So I don't know. I think he's having fun now.
Well, a lot of people talk. Well, because I guess you think about it, for a long time, he never talked on the mic. Like Paul Heyman always talked for him. Now Lesnar, because he kept saying, "I'm a free agent now. I'm a free agent. I get to go wherever I want, say whatever I want, do whatever I want, because I don't have an advocate. Ask Paul, or something like that." But I think it's great that Lesnar's able to do, talk. Because, I mean, he cut his own promos when, he had his matches with Kurt Angle. He had his matches with Undertaker back in, like, the 02, 03 days when WWE was really good. And even all the way to Eddie Guerrero in 04. Like, Brock Lesnar's great on the microphone. And now it's like you giving him the power to do that, and he's able to go out there and have fun. Like, we had Boombox Brock.
Yeah.
We had, now we got, like, a Cowboy Brock. So, I mean, he's having fun. We had Hillbilly Brock, back in, like, Survivor Series. So, I mean, we're having fun with Brock Lesnar right now. Now, him being a double champ, I mean, it ends it. Like, it ends his feud with Roman Reigns. So, where did he go from there? You got a double champion in Brock Lesnar, the WWE and Universal Championship. He's not going to fight at WrestleMania Backlash. He's not going to fight at Money in the Bank. He's not going to fight.
Maybe.
No, he's not going to fight. Brock Lesnar only fight at the big pay-per-views, if you notice. He just ran the show at day one.
Well, Money in the Bank is going to be big because it's in Allegiant Stadium. It's going to be a stadium show. So he'll probably be there. That one.
Yeah. Nope. He'll be in a box. He'll be in a box with Paul, because Paul gonna turn on Roman Reigns at Mania.
Why you say that?
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a cross turn somehow when them two fight at Mania again, like he did at what was it? Royal Rumble, Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
that was a shocker. I did not expect that. I knew Roman Reigns was gonna come out there, but I did not expect the swerve of Paul Heyman. That was crazy.
Yeah,
but if I had to pick a spoiler, man, to win this WWE Championship, because Lesnar do not have to win, but of course they Lesnar wants this double champion. Nobody else wants it. My pick for winning the WWE Championship would have to be either Seth Rollins or AJ Styles.
I think Lashley's gonna keep it up. So I mean,
no, I thought Lashley till Lashley messed up that Monday Night Raw promo. I was like, come on, MVP, help him out, man, help him out. He was like, WWE. Then I think he put an extra E on it or something. I was like, bro, just slow it down, man. You can tell he messed up because he was like, and then somebody said something to, I think it was Lesnar or something, and I think they was waiting on him to say something, and he didn't. So I think they played it off or something. The camera played it off or something. You gotta rewatch it, man. It was funny. I was like, man, that's embarrassing. That's a botch right there. That's a botch. That's a botch for Lesnar.
Oh man,
actually, yeah. Okay. So, like I said, this is a premium live event only on Peacock in the U.S., overseas, WWE Network. So y'all check that out. Like I said,
no Disney yet. I know they were going to Disney. They said so.
That was
no
overseas.
Disney Plus yet.
It's overseas. I might have to change my VPN to see how I look on Disney.
Okay.
I forgot what I said was in Venezuela. I think it was one where I said on the last episode where it was at. I'll just search around. I'll find it on Google somewhere. Like, let me see how I look on Disney. It might look good. Peacock, man, you have some buffering issues, boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So before we end this podcast, I just got one last question. Since we getting close to Mania season, what are your thoughts on the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, having an in-ring return at Mania in Arlington, Texas, at Cowboy Stadium? Jerry Jones' baby, his baby stadium right there.
$1 billion playground, that's what they call it.
yeah. For Mania. Now, they're saying that he may have an in-ring return match because they need something going on for either night 1 or night 2. And they thinking it's Stone Cold because it's in Texas. He's a Texas Rattlesnake. Kevin Owens cut a promo Monday night talking about Texas. So they thinking that it's going to be Kevin Owens in Austin. But Stone Cold said if he was to return back to the ring, only one person he wanted to fight, and that was Lesnar, due to the conflict they had back in 2002.
I can see it, man. I can see it. But it won't be Lesnar because he's fighting Reigns. So we can go and cancel that. But I would love to see it.
But now, people that know me, I started watching wrestling in 98, late 98, all 2000, all 99, all 2000 up. My dad and mom ordered every pay-per-view, so I watched every pay-per-view of the Attitude Era, all the way up to the end of 99. Also, first of 99 all the way up, whole year. I've always been a fan of Stone Cold. I've always been a fan of The Rock, Ministry of Darkness, Undertaker, Kane, Triple H. So this means a lot to me because Stone Cold hasn't wrestled since 2003. His last match was against The Rock. Rock gave him 3 rock bottoms. The last rock bottom, you could hear something break or the canvas or something, and Stone Cold got messed up. Hasn't really wrestled since then. He comes back, periodically, give people some stunners. The McMahons, the New Day, a couple other people, Spirit Squad, I think, some other people. Anybody that steps in his way, he gives him a Stone Cold stunner. I don't really see him having a match, but it will get the crowd right, because like I said, it's in Dallas, Texas. you know, us at home watching, we would love to see that. I know if I was live and hadn't paid for my ticket, I would love to see that because I never got to see Stone Cold wrestle in person. This could be a big thing, and you know, especially if they put him on the same deal they got Edge on, where Edge wrestles 3 pay-per-views a year.
Yeah,
I can see that happening.
I can too. I can too.
I just care about his health, man. Like if he can give me a good 10 minutes, that's all I want. I don't want Stone Cold wrestling a 30-minute match because I know he ain't got it no more. But if he can give me at least 10 minutes and not a squash, I would love that. Be able to take some bumps and get back up.
He'll make an appearance if anything, but he'll be there.
Yeah. But they said it'd be short.
I expect to see Taker.
Yeah, I think Taker will show up.
Taker will be there. I think The Rock will be there too.
Nah, Rock ain't gonna be there.
I'm pretty sure The Rock will be there.
It's funny to me, man. Like he owns the XFL, but he shows up in the NFL Super Bowl and the host. That's kind of weird to me. They might as well take the XFL versus team versus the XFL's best team versus the NFL's worst team, and they go for it. And whoever wins, if the XFL wins, they go straight to the NFL. They become an NFL team. Whoever loses goes to the XFL.
When does that start back? This year or next year?
Should be this year. Should be in
this year
or May.
Okay.
Yeah. Look it up, y'all. XFL.com. Yeah.
Cool beans.
All right.
I expect to see all of them. So I mean,
I don't know. The last 2 WrestleManias, you know, most of the wrestlers turned it down. Like Stone Cold turned it down. Mick Foley. I know Ric Flair's gonna turn it down because him and Becky Lynch ain't on good terms, and neither is the company with Ric Flair, due to his allegations and also the feedback he's been giving the creative team of WWE. You know, with Becky Lynch the main big time Bex and all that stuff going on, and also how they're treating Charlotte right now too.
They are treating her dirty though. I agree. That's your best women's wrestler.
Yeah. And if she leaves, man, I mean, I don't see anyone replacing that. Like, I don't even know what the deal with Sasha Banks is though.
She'll drop the belt to Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte will drop the belt to Ronda. I don't expect to see Charlotte for a while after that.
I think she's gonna go to AEW.
Yeah, me too.
Because AEW, like, they got my girl Jade and you got Britt Baker, but they still need that one. And like I said, I don't care if it's Bayley, I don't care if it's Sasha Banks, I don't care if it's Charlotte, but they need that one to go over there, women's division just to set. Because I love Thunder Rosa, I love Mercedes Martinez,
Takati. I like Takati.
Yeah, Takati, the Bunny, Red Velvet, she's growing on me a little bit. My girl, Statlander. So it's some decent women over there, and that's why I said I could see Charlotte going over and having some great matches, especially with Britt Baker with promos back to back. I feel like they'll throw some heat out there, and because all their boyfriends is with AEW, so that's gonna be good. So we just gotta wait and see, man. Like I said, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Where's Bayley at anyway? She should be coming back by.
She should be coming back, but I don't know if it's going. I don't know if they saving her for after WrestleMania or before WrestleMania. They fucked up with Sasha Banks and brought her in like the night before Royal Rumble. And I'm like, bro, y'all should just save her for Royal Rumble. Y'all brought her back just so she could say she's making her entry into the Royal Rumble. She gets eliminated by the 6 or 7 entry and ain't been seen or heard from since. But as we conclude on this episode of the Podcast for Champions, because we've covered all our topics for the evening, Roger, is there anything else that we should cover?
I mean, we pretty much hit everything.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to hear about this Cody Rhodes storyline. I'm looking forward to see what this pay-per-view gonna look like Saturday at noon, and hopefully we'll be able to cut another episode before Revolution.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. I ain't gotta say it, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Follow my man Robert T Productions at IG. Follow Living Legend _BJP at IG. It's been real. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, cut your notifications on for the video.
Facts.
And till then, we'll catch y'all with our reactions and review of Elimination Chamber. Peace!
It was nothing to make your buddy a disciple when I always had the heart to wreck. I'm building masterpieces, hitting a mark with all this art. I'm like an architect. You feel a soul in my speech like a preacher's verse.